Hello, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube. My name is Mr. Maxwell, and welcome back to another side quest about video games with myself and Exile Magpie.
Hello.
Again, another quiet week.
Yes,
To be fair,
but there is good news.
there's good news. There's like a fair bit.
Yeah,
Good news.
and
to be
also
fair.
something we forgot to mention last week, which we'll talk this
Well, it's
week.
probably a good thing that this week was quiet then.
Yeah.
Wasn't it? Well, first bit of good news: the scalpers for the PS5, at least for the PS5, and I'm going to assume the Xbox as well.
Yeah.
The scalpers basically it's so bad for the scalpers now that they're basically selling at a loss.
Yep. Which is finally.
It's not surprising. I mean, we did say this a while ago
It would eventually come.
that it would come back and bite them in the butt.
So, for a quick history lesson, when the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox 360,
Series X.
Oh, not 360. Series X. When the Xbox Series X was launched, when those two consoles launched, there was a supply issue
Due to COVID.
due to COVID.
I'm sorry, YouTube. Due to the C word.
And especially in the UK, the game stores did not have anywhere near adequate defenses against scalpers using bots to buy multiple consoles. And the Series X did have that same problem. It's just that the demand wasn't as big as it was for the PlayStation 5. So they were literally lording it over everyone. Like they've shown
because they were
boxes upon boxes.
They were buying like 6-7 boxes, 6-7 consoles, and then selling them for.
Well, no, they weren't buying like 6 or 7. We were talking about hundreds.
Oh yeah, I know.
They were buying hundreds of consoles and selling them for like 5 or 6 times the frigging price.
Yeah.
Because some people were desperate enough to buy it, and they just kept doing it. And like we've said before, when this was going on, it's fucking sucks. And they had the audacity to complain about their public image.
Yeah.
Oh, people don't like us. Well, I wonder why. We're just a middleman. No, you are putting yourself in. Do you know who the middlemen are? They're the game stores. They're the stores that are selling the actual consoles. They're the middlemen. You're adding yourself as a second middleman.
Yeah, the people you're buying the consoles off, they're the middle person.
Yeah.
That's the middle person right there.
Yeah.
The consoles now are having to. Well, the scalpers, sorry.
The scalpers are having to sell them for
basically
below
because
public retail.
Microsoft and Sony can finally
the supply has
finally get the supply going.
Yeah, it's finally caught up with demand. And so the scalpers are having to sell at lower than retail, which means they're selling it at a loss.
Well, if I'm honest, right, this is the scalper's own fault. That one, you don't hold on. If you're like, as somebody who has sold on eBay and sold stuff, like as a thing, you don't hold on to the product long. If that's what you're going to do, if you're going to sell your stuff on eBay,
if you're buying stuff to sell it on, you do not hold on to it.
Yeah, you sell it as soon as you can.
Because unless it's a limited run, the price of it will just go down and keep going down. Because if people are still buying it, it's going to be produced more.
So if there's any scalpers out there that still have PS5s or Xbox Series X's and stuff like that, then it's your own fault. Like,
here's an idea. Why don't you take them back to the stores that you actually bought them from and sell them for, take their offer, which is usually around about like £100.
Yeah. Or a trade. You can get a bunch of games for it.
Like some of the, seriously, it's like this was going to come, but because it's all about trying to make a quick buck, they don't actually think about it long term.
All right.
And it's like, okay, so what's the plan?
I'm being professional.
Yeah, we're the most professionals.
Professional. This is not Coke.
Clearly not. So you would have you know, if I was doing that sort of thing, I would have had a plan of like, okay, so when supply hits demand and is able to actually keep up with demand, I'm just gonna flog the rest of it and just get rid of it, and then move on to something else.
Yeah.
And it's these people who have clearly done, like I say, done it for a quick cash in, and just thinking about all the money that they're potentially going to make, haven't had that exit strategy, and now they're stuck with a lot of stock that they can't ship because everyone's looking at it and going, no, because I can spend exactly the same much or less, and not only will I get the console, but also I get the warranty, which I can't get from you.
Yeah. Well, it's not even that. Like the price that some of the eBay sellers are selling for, when all you get is the console. You can go to a normal retailer now and you can get a bundle.
Yeah, you can just go into the shop now.
For the same price.
We've got to the point where, thankfully, I mean, it took 2 years, almost 2.5 years, but we finally got to a point where we can just walk into a store and get a console.
But yeah, you can get a bundle for the same price that they're asking for.
Yeah.
Like 600 quid.
And again,
and you can get, I think Game has, you've got the God of War for PS5 anyway. I haven't actually looked at the Xbox, but for PS5 you can get like a God of War bundle and a controller and another game.
Yeah.
So for the same price that some of the scalpers were selling for,
and also you get a warranty.
And you get a warranty. So like,
it's. I'm not going to shed a tear for these people that have God knows how many PlayStations still in their stock, where they're trying to now, where they're realizing that you can't flog it anymore. You can't get rid of it for.
You could probably sell it, but you're not going to sell it for a profit.
No, you can't anymore because.
No one's going to buy that because everyone's just, well, I'll just buy it from them.
Yeah, exactly. Which is that's the whole risk of being a scalper.
Except scalpers, I've always, like, with tech and all that sort of stuff, I've always wondered what's the point. I mean, because for tech, it's like, it is literally a quick buck.
Yeah.
Like, you cannot really make a full-time thing on it. Tickets, on the other hand, I can understand, because tickets are just like, well, you get all the tickets.
Yeah.
And then you sell them on. Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's what you
keep doing it at different events.
Yeah, there's different events. Because there's bound to be scalpers for AEW when that comes. There'll be scalpers for the Eurovision.
There'll be scalpers for the Eurovision. I can guarantee you.
With AEW, I'm hoping the price isn't too high because I want.
So to anyone who doesn't know, we do like wrestling and we do like AEW.
I'm a big nerd. Anything nerdy.
We are really excited for AEW coming to Wembley Stadium.
Yeah, I'm hoping to try and get front row.
Oh, I don't want to know what the price is for them.
I do not. My thing is because of where we live. Like, I don't want to go all the way down to London to sit up at the top and watch
sit in the rafters.
If we're going to do that, I want to do it properly. Like. We're going to get front row seats, or at least close enough to the front where I can watch the match there and not having to look up at the goddamn screen.
To think we were wondering, like, when were we going to get a WrestleMania?
I know. I tell you something. I bet we'll get a WrestleMania now.
Oh yeah, we'll get a WrestleMania.
We'll get a WrestleMania now.
Because, heaven forbid WWE not be a petty little company. Anyway, we digress. Back to scalpers. I feel no pity for these people, just like I feel no pity for the NFTers that are now literally hemorrhaging money because the NFT market is literally dying a death. So
a lot of the sellers who were previously selling PS5s for like
and bragging about
700 and selling them for like 700, 800, 900 quid are now selling them for 450, which is kind of because I was when we were in Smiths the other day when I was getting Dead Island. I was looking up and they had the Xbox on there and they got the PS5 on there. Like, this is the disc versions as well. The PS5 was 400 and the Xbox
they're desperately trying to ilk out as much as they can. They're trying to ilk out as much as they can. The problem is that we're at a point where, like we said, people can just go to a store and buy one.
Yeah. I think Microsoft and Sony have also lowered their prices because I think they want to get rid of the scalpers. They want to be like, now if you're going to do this, fuck off.
You've spent all this money at this price. Well, it would suck if we lowered the price on this right now, wouldn't it?
So, yeah.
Yeah.
Tough shit.
Yeah.
Tough shit.
But here's an idea. Why don't you make use of that money all that profit you apparently made when you sold all those original scalped stuff that you had? Oh, did you waste it all and buy more stock? You fucking idiot. No, I'm not sorry for them.
Yeah. Selling them for 400 quid, one seller.
But again, you don't get a warranty. So I wouldn't risk it. Because here's the thing also, like, they'll have been in a box. Where have they stored them?
Aye, for all this time. That's a good question.
Where have they stored them? How are they transporting it? How are they transporting it to you? So yeah, it's not worth it. And like we've always said, do not buy anything from, especially one of this from a scalper, because you just end up gonna get robbed.
But yeah. Justice has finally come out.
Took 2.5 years, but you know,
it got there, which is nice. It's nice to see. Moving on, keeping on with the whole people being punished. Nintendo is going to punish Hacker basically for the rest of his life. Gary Bowser is being released. I love the fact that he's called Bowser.
Is that his handle?
That
has to be his handle.
It probably is his handle, but Gary Bowser is being released from prison for good behaviour, but he'll still be paying for his crimes. So, in February 2022, Gary Bowser, a member of the hacking operation team Executor, a long-time target of Nintendo's lawyers, was sentenced to 40 months in prison for his part in helping run a business that reportedly earned him over $300,000. Thanks to a combination of time already served and good behaviour while in prison, however, Bowser is about to be released and sent home to Canada. On the eve of his departure, he's currently awaiting transport to Toronto with a new passport. Bowser sat down for an interview with Nick Moses to discuss the events surrounding his imprisonment and impending freedom.
I'm trying to remember, what exactly was he hacking? He was hacking the Switch, wasn't he?
Right, right. So first off, before we go any further about Gary Bowser, apparently Gary Bowser wasn't actually the hacker. He was like the salesman.
Ah, yeah.
He was the one that would like sell the either information or I'm pretty sure it was like leaks about things that they were hacking, and then selling it on to magazines.
That's what I was trying to remember. Is like what exactly?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
because there's different when you're talking about hacking and that there's different sort of types. Like there's hacking Nintendo servers, which is what we think this is. There's basically hacking the console, which especially for people who want to be able to actually, and then there's people who do like emulators, which you know, considering the fact that Nintendo do not look after any of their old games, you know, the fact that they've literally shut down their Game Boy Advance and Wii shops, meaning all those games that they haven't been ported over to Switch are gone.
No, there's one game on the Wii that I really liked. I think it was called Pandora's Tower.
Yeah,
that was really good. I really like that game, and that hasn't. I've got it.
We physically got it. We just don't have a Wii now that can play it.
No.
Oh no, we have a Wii that plays it, but all our handsets were kaput.
Yeah, they're pretty bush.
Yeah, the batteries.
They're pretty bush. But I did really like that game. I'm kind of wanting it to come over to the store.
Yeah,
because I would download it instantly.
Either a Wii Switch upgrade or just a port.
Yeah, just a port.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
So yeah, while Bowser was convicted, served time in prison, and is about to be released, his punishment isn't over. In fact, he'll be paying for his crimes for the rest of his life, because the damages he was ordered to pay Nintendo at the time of his sentencing, a total of $10 million. Bowser says that an additional $4.5 million won't have to be paid back since he'll be in Canada, not the US. So that's not too bad. are so astronomical that he'll likely never be able to make good on them.
That's an amount of money I will never see in my
basically
life.
What's been happening is basically, because you know how in some prisons you can do jobs and you earn basically spare change. Like I think in America it's like you earn $1 something.
It depending on what you do in the prison.
Depending on the prison.
There's so many variables.
So he was doing something like that, and he was earning something like, let's have a look. It doesn't actually say. It just says for.
And a portion of that money will go. A portion of
25 to 30% of that money
went to Nintendo. And probably
he was paying back $25 a month. Yeah. Right. He's paid up to a total. Bear in mind, he needs to pay $10 million. He's paid $175.
Ouch.
Yeah. Oh dear.
Yeah, like $10 million. Like I would probably in my entire working life not make $10 million.
Yeah,
it's just not. I would have something has to drastically change.
We have to win the lottery.
Yeah, either win the lottery or somehow miraculously make it big in some way. But that's the only way that I would ever actually see $10 million.
Oh yeah,
even in my entire lifetime. So he's never paying that off.
No.
And to be honest, I don't think Nintendo wanted that amount to actually get it back.
Yeah, it's more of a like if you do this is what's
these are the consequences. These are the consequences. If you do this to us and we catch you and you get found guilty, you will owe us money for the rest of your life. We will literally own you.
Yeah.
For all intents and purposes.
All the fun stuff, you know?
Yeah, all the really fun stuff.
So Bowser was one of 2 men arrested in connection with Team Mexico. While commonly referred to as a hacker in media reports, he actually confessed to being the company's salesman and reportedly made $320,000 over 7 years of work. The other, French citizen Max Laurent, allegedly the leader of the operation, a role he denies, has managed so far to avoid deportation to the US to face charges, though it is believed he helped the company make millions over the course of its operation.
I wouldn't be surprised if that's true.
Yeah. But yeah, hackers, man. These are the things. This is the thing is, right? This is for a lot of hackers. If you're hacking game companies. Mm-hmm. At least game companies. This is like the bottom ring as well. If you're hacking games, like if you're hacking people bigger than games companies, like it's. Wow. But first, hacking these this shows like what these companies are willing to do to you if they catch you.
Yeah.
Like this is, like I said, this is like the lower ring. Like this is just you imagine what happens if you hack something more important.
Well, speaking of, not hacking per se, but like information sort of stuff. The US have just had arrested just recently a member, a Home Guard Air Force member, because he leaked documents on Minecraft.
Yeah.
So, which is just ridiculous. If you think about it,
it adds another one into my favour of why Minecraft's not good.
What the apparently what people are saying regarding that is that he was one of those people that was like, and then people basically prove it, and he to be honest, he's stupid because everyone who goes into a government/military position gets told there are certain things you do not tell anyone. Right? And he went in just to prove it because, big dick fucking...
Of course.
And it's like, are you fucking... Yeah, okay, you proved it. You've also proved that you're a fucking idiot.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
So yeah, it's like... And I know there are some people who hack companies and don't do anything.
Yeah.
And it's like the whole challenge thing.
Yeah.
And those are the people that usually if they end up getting caught, they get employed by certain companies to actually... Sometimes.
It depends what you're doing.
Depends what you do. That's what I'm saying. If they just hack in and don't do anything...
Yeah. I know a lot of like cybersecurity...
ex-hackers.
Companies, they will hire hackers
because basically they know how to get in, so they can figure out how to
fix it,
how to counter that a lot easier.
But like companies like Nintendo in this sort of sense, like if they catch you,
it's
like if somebody hacks EA, right, or heaven forbid somebody hack Activision, like they're not gonna stop.
No,
they're gonna get, if they catch you. That's it.
Actually, any tech company, the vast majority of tech companies, apart from your social medias, because they don't really
they don't know what they're doing.
I mean, you just have to look at Twitter and go, "What the fuck is going on?"
Right, the social media companies are too busy and too bothered about what people actually think to actually do their job.
Yeah,
like they're like, "Oh no, I can't do this because somebody might not like my tweet." Oh my god!
No. Or in the case of Twitter, people aren't buying our Twitter Blue. Start giving it back out to people.
See, this is the thing.
Which they've actually accidentally they had actually verified a fake Disney channel.
Good. Actually, to be fair, it's probably more real.
Had to be
more real
down.
Disney than the Disney that we've got now.
No. This was not.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I read, actually, speaking about Disney, I read something the other day about how corporate Disney are standing up for the LGBTQ. I was like, no,
they're not.
No, they are not.
No, they are not.
You like
corporate Disney look at the LGBTQ
and just see dollar signs
and basically go, well, if we pretend to actually care about them, they might spend money on it.
Yeah, this
they might
problem
give us money.
Not.
The problem is that you
know what
their attempts have been.
You know what? I would agree with that, but it's not. It's not. They're not actually like shilling to the LGBTQ community. Plus, sorry, they're not actually shilling to them. They're shilling to the people that say they're part of the.
Yeah.
Like the ones who get like annoyed because I don't know they changed the color of something, or they've. Like somebody said something, or somebody didn't say the right pronoun, or it's those people.
Yeah,
those people who get absolutely
or someone that said something 10 years ago and has already
most normal people in the LGBTQ community
like most normal people
most normal people. They don't give a shit.
The only thing they want to do is be able to be themselves and not be harassed about it.
Exactly. That's it. That's right.
They don't want. Which, considering some parts of the LGBTQ plus community is a problem at the moment because they are being harassed, but they're not the ones that are being shilled to.
Yeah, exactly. They're shilling to the people who either are not LGBTQ, but are just sort of like. But I stand with them. No, you don't.
Yeah, but the thing is like I don't trust any major corporation whenever they put on the blooming Pride flag and all that.
Oh, that's coming up soon, isn't it?
Yeah,
that Pride month coming. That's going to be all over the place.
Yeah,
yeah. We stand with our LGBT. For a month. for a whole month.
We stand with our Pride community. Unless it's unless it's to support political parties that actually defend them. No, we will support the people who are actively against them and want to pass laws against.
It's like they do it with Black History Month as well, don't they?
Yeah.
We stand with our it's like what for a whole month.
For context, I understand the reasoning behind having a specific Black History Month because.
I don't mean Black History Month. I'm just talking about the corporations.
Oh yeah, the corporations. yeah, I know that. But I'm just saying for clarification, I understand the reasoning for that because it is usually brushed under, and it should be put on the same level as all the other history.
I think,
but in regards to corporations, it is all about. I'm with you, fellow kids.
Yeah, we're
cool. Look at me. I'm supporting you by. Changing my logo for 1 month. Am I going to financially support political or movements that help gain equality for these groups? I'm going to give it to this blooming guy with a bunch of American flags and an AK and a blooming LR LR Rifle, and who's funded by the NRA, and has parts of the Catholic Church supporting him, and all this sort of bullshit that comes out of their mouths. Yeah, we'll financially support him politically.
Sorry, we got very political there. I do apologise. We're on about corporations.
Yeah, it's just I hate the what's the word?
Hypocrisy.
Yeah. The hypocrisy and just the cynicalism of it. It's just like they just think that these communities are just there to give them money.
I don't even think it's that. I think they just think that, like, oh, well,
if we do the bare minimum...
Yeah, if we just say that we're doing this and don't actually do it... then we'll, yeah. It's like,
then they'll give us money, and it's like, no, that actually... Which is, with Pride, the communities are actually getting fed up of it. Because it's like, no, you don't actually care about us. All you do is change your Twitter handle to a rainbow flag.
Yeah.
That's all you do. You don't actually do anything to support us. So
I mean, at the moment, it's the whole Ukraine thing at the moment, isn't it? That's the trend.
Yeah.
Everybody has a
Ukraine flag.
A Ukraine flag. Like half you guys have never set foot in Ukraine.
Yeah.
And you're saying you support them, and it's just like you don't even know anything.
Well, what I find with the whole Ukraine war situation is
I tell you something. This video is probably this video is getting blocked. We've mentioned COVID. We've mentioned
LGBTQ
harassment, and now we're mentioning Ukraine.
This is probably the most tangent we've ever tangent on.
Yeah, this video, YouTube's not going to like this video.
No,
we are not getting looked at.
It's okay. We're more than 15 seconds in. They don't care about anything after that 15 seconds, clearly. Anyway, but the people that keep going on about, like, oh, Ukraine is neo-Nazis in it, and I'm like, one, there is a high chance that there probably is some neo-Nazis in that country, just like every other country in Europe. I mean, because here's the thing: it's they're not gone, they're not extinct. It's a political ideology movement that we should stamp on every time. But unfortunately, the people in charge at the moment aren't exactly the nicest people in the world.
No, exactly.
Anyway, before we go too far, let's go back to.
Yeah, we even mentioned Nazis. Oh my God, we are getting.
This is a bad one.
This is getting blocked.
Yeah,
YouTube's going to be like, nope. YouTube's just going to be like, nope. You cannot do this.
Nope.
This is bad. Anyway, moving on, back to good stuff. Now we're talking mainly good stuff here. So, there was a Nintendo Direct. It was an indie special.
So
that's why it wasn't massively pushed.
Yeah.
I think.
The Switch has actually got a very good catalog.
I think out of the consoles anyway, I think the Switch has got the best indie catalog. So.
So what is coming our way for those of the Switch?
Do you like games that have cats in it?
I mean, I'm not against games having cats in it. After all, Stray is a really good game.
There was one called. This is probably my favourite one out of the lot. Minako's Night Market, and it's basically. Do you remember? What's it called? Oh fuck! I loved it. You know the game where basically you run a store during the day. Moonlighter. Yeah, it's basically Moonlighter, right? But you run you live in this like little town, called Minako Town or something like that, and it's all to do with cats.
Okay.
Right, it's all to do with cats, and during the day you can like explore the island and do stuff to find secrets and other stuff, and everything you find on the island you can sell in your market. Because during the basically one night a week there's like a big market thing.
Yeah.
You know how like you see in anime where they have that big festival and there's markets.
Yeah, but also like in towns and cities. Like whether it's once a month or once a week.
The only reason why I brought up the anime thing is because that's what it looked like.
Yeah.
In the
I know, but like for anyone who doesn't watch anime. I mean,
I know.
Nobody watches these videos, but anyway.
Nobody watches these videos.
To anyone who, it's basically a big market stall that is set every week or every month in new cities where people will go and try and sell as much stuff.
It's usually weekly. A lot of places do it.
And it's,
weekly.
you know, you usually get like niche shops that will sell
it's like
old
small.
toys.
It's like small businesses and stuff like that.
If especially for those people who are trying to get classic console games, it's the best place usually. But it can be the best place to find stuff that.
But that's the art style of the actual game. So
it is. It looks actually quite cute. It's a cute. It does.
Cute
it does
look.
I do like the art style.
So yeah, that actually looks really cool. I really like the look of it, and I was like, it's quite charming. After that, there was my time at Sandrock. So do you remember my time at Portia?
Yeah,
Portia. It's basically a sequel to that.
No, that's good.
But it looks like they've really like stepped it up. Looks like there's a lot more to do.
That's
and stuff like that.
So they basically took what was good in the first game
and
improved on it and gave us more to do, which is what you want from a sequel.
So it's looking good. Then there is Quilts Cats of Calico. This is kind of like a more cats, lots of cats. This is a sort of board game-esque chill out game. That's what I'd say. You can have up to 4 players, and the whole idea is to fill this quilt.
Okay.
And the more patterns that you can get together, you can get more cats to go onto the quilt. I think the idea is to get as many cats onto the quilt as you can.
That sounds pretty cool. That.
I could be looking at it wrong. I mean,
it's not out yet, so we don't know. Yeah. And all we've seen is a trailer, so we don't know exactly how the game works.
This is the other game. The game after that, this is the other one that I'm actually looking forward to. Do you remember Dance of the Necromancer?
Yes. Yes, right? Which also had a spin-off
of the Zelda.
Yeah, a Zelda spin-off.
Yeah, this is called Rift of the Necrodancer. Now, this is a rhythm game of basically kind of like Guitar Hero, but you do it on a controller.
Okay.
Sort of thing, and it's the same art style, and like there's boss fights.
Oh yeah, I think I've seen footage of that. It looks interesting.
Yeah, it looks really really cool. I
mean, the pixel art for
it's not pixel art this time.
I know it's not this time, but the pixel art for Necrodancer was actually pretty good.
Yeah.
And the art style for this is
really good.
It's really good.
It's really really good. After that, we had Animal Well. This is kind of. It's kind of like a Metroidvania type game.
Okay.
But you don't. By the looks of things, you don't actually have a weapon.
Right.
So it's like a load of puzzles that you have to get through by using different items to get through the puzzle.
So in other words, it's like basically to progress, you've got to do the puzzle, but you may not have
the item to do the puzzle.
The item to do the puzzle with until you solve other puzzles.
The thing I like about this is it's like it's very it's very dark.
Mm-hmm.
It's very Hollow Knight-esque.
Yeah.
In the sense of how dark it is, but it's 8-bit. As well. It's 8-bit or 32-bit, something like that.
16-bit.
Maybe 16-bit. That's sort of outside. But the thing about this one is this is actually being published by Big Mode.
Oh.
So this is Donkeys.
Ah, yes.
First.
Yes. I was thinking
game.
I remember seeing this. Where have I seen it? And it's Donkeys.
Yeah, he was actually on the Nintendo the Direct.
Yeah,
which
I remember.
If you looked on Twitter, a lot of people were like, "Holy shit, Donkeys!"
I remember when he first announced it that he was basically publishing a game and creating a publishing company.
Yeah,
and
I remember a lot of people
being very upset about it. And I'm like, why?
Weird.
He sets out.
He's doing the thing that I wish I could do.
Yeah,
I generally wish I could do that.
Honest to God, if I had the money to do it, I would look to indie developers who come up with unique and interesting games, like the guys who gave us Loop Hero, and I would just literally go, do you want to make another game? Here's some money. I would love to do that. I would love to be able to do, and I think that's about personally. So I could be wrong, but I think a fair few of those people that were upset were just jealous.
Probably.
Because I don't see a problem with people like Donkey who have the financial resources to do this. Actually doing this. Is he going to have every single game?
Not going to. Right, look, he's not going to revolutionize the gaming industry, But he's not setting out to do that.
No,
that's not what he's doing.
Basically giving smaller developers that he feels are making genuinely good games.
Animal Well, it was designed by one man.
Yeah.
And that's it.
But what I'm saying is he's giving those developers that would have to fight it out with everything else on Steam, for example, he's giving them a better chance and a bit of a better push,
and
using his financial ability to fund it, and 2, his platform to put it in front of people's faces. So,
and by the looks of it, he's got connections at Nintendo.
Yeah.
After that, we had Crime O'Clock. Right, so this one's weird to explain. So, what it is obviously it's a crime game, and you have to solve the crimes. But you can go from the past to the future, right? Mm-hmm. And depending on what you do, changes certain things. So something could happen in the future, right? And you could solve a crime in the past that makes that future thing not happen.
Oh, now that's interesting.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
And it's all done via a map. So you're looking straight down on this map.
Cause and effect.
And also, depending on what you do, it's when you do certain things, the map will also change in the future. So if you solve something in like Roman times, a statue might be later on, a statue of a certain person might come up on the spot where you solved the crime.
Yeah.
And stuff like that.
That's
so the map changes, and that, but you can go through up back and forth as much as you like.
That's interesting. So in other words, you could solve one murder and have that person who saved it cause someone else to die. I love those types of like concepts of like yeah, you're messing with time, but guess what? Like
it's got quite a good art style, and it's very unique in the way that it's doing it.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna keep an eye on it. The next one, right? Do you remember West of Lothering?
Yes.
Well, this is the sequel, Shadows over Lothering, which is a play on, if anybody's ever read it, I have. It's one of my favourite books, Shadows over Innsmouth, which is a H.P. Lovecraft book.
Yeah.
But this is it's basically
it's also out on PC already, I think.
Yeah, it's already out.
Yeah, but it's coming to Switch.
No, I think it's out.
Oh, it's already out on Switch.
Yeah, it's out on Switch. Basically, it's just more.
It's more of the absolute. It's more ridiculous.
I think one of them is one of the classes you can have is a cheese chef. Who? No, a cheese wizard. Sorry, a cheese wizard.
And everything he does is to do with cheese.
Cheese, yes.
Including cheese in the game.
Yep. Which is just fantastic. Yeah, it's just more wackiness.
Yeah, more of the humour that was West of Loathing.
Yeah.
I one of the funniest things I ever saw in that game was the different like movement animations that you could activate, and it was just so hilarious. Some of them were just weird, but others were just like flat out. It was like West of Loathing and this one as well. You cannot drink while playing it or watching someone play it, because something will happen in the middle of you taking a drink where you'll just burst out laughing.
Yeah.
And there's nothing you can do about it.
This was the big one especially for the indie showcase. This was Blasphemous 2.
Ooh.
Blasphemous is an amazing game.
Yes, it is.
It's absolutely.
If you like your
roguelikes, if you like roguelike Metrovania games, Blasphemous
with a hint of Dark Souls,
an absolutely amazing game.
Blasphemous is and the art style for Blasphemous is really good. The pixel art is fantastic. The fact that they keep the style of the game all the way through, and yet the detail in the pixel art is really good.
They've definitely upgraded the art style. Like the art style, it's still pretty much the same, but there's like a lot more detail in that you can see. Like the sword, you can see much more detail on the sword, and they've actually they've added in 2 new weapons. There's a big mace thing,
big hammer,
and a like I think like a rapier, which lets you move really fast. But yeah, more Blasphemous. I mean, I can't really how do you sell it anyway? That's like with Hades. Like, all you got, really, Hades, with Hades 2, all you really have to do to sell that game is say, well, it's just more Hades.
Yeah.
And people will go, there you go.
Do you know this Hades 2, the sequel? Yeah. Do you know some people have complained about it because it has a female lead role?
Is it?
Yeah, there's been people complaining about it. And I'm like, oh, for the love of God.
I'm more interested in the idea, because I know it hasn't been confirmed, but there's people saying that it might be co-op. That's what all I care about. Is it co-op?
Is it co-op?
Is it co-op?
Is it co-op?
I'm totally down for playing co-op Hades.
Yes. That sounds like amazing.
I've got a feeling I'm going to get hit by stray bullets that were aiming for whoever I'm playing with, because I'll be dodging my bullet and then straight into theirs. But, you know, it's fine. It's fine.
It's all okay.
It's all good.
It's all good.
But yeah. To be honest with you, there's always complaints about stupid things.
Yeah. I'm literally like, look, I just want more lore. I want all the lore. Give me all the lore from this game.
I think a lot whenever they do change protagonists in games, it's not necessarily because I understand
that there were some people that would rather have Zagreus still as the protagonist. Yeah. I understand that, but the complaints aren't that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, have you actually played the game? I don't believe you have.
I'm sure. There it is.
I'm pretty sure these are now just troll accounts that just deliberately complain about certain things, regardless of the
Probably.
content.
So a game that I missed, but that's because they don't have the fucking video here. Was Teslagrad 2 was also announced. But it's out now on the Switch. But it's also coming with a remastered Teslagrad 1.
Oh,
so you can buy it in a bundle, which is pretty cool.
That's actually good. For those that missed out on
that's like a 2D platformer puzzly type game, which is pretty cool.
And you do like your puzzlers, 2D platformers.
I do. No, I'm a 3D puzzler.
Yeah.
I'm the 3D puzzler.
Yeah, but you do like the likes of Donkey Kong Country and all that.
Yeah, but that's mainly because I played them when I was a kid.
Yeah,
like if I'm on about now, no, it's if you're going to give me a choice between Donkey Kong Country and Spyro the Dragon, I'm picking Spyro the Dragon.
Yes.
And then after that was Oxenfree 2.
Oh yeah.
Lost Signals.
That game is going to be weird.
Yes, because Oxenfree was weird.
Weird.
Very, very weird.
As in, what the hell is going on here? Hello?
They also showed off a load of DLC stuff.
Mm-hmm.
They showed off the if you're a fan of Cult of the Lamb, there is going to be a free update with a load of new stuff. There's going to be boss rush mode. There's new sort of like little campaign bit. So basically another dungeon
to go through.
Run.
More stuff to do in Cult of the Lamb.
There's also permadeath mode that they're bringing in. There's more followers that you can now get. There's more monsters to kill. They basically added in a load of new stuff, and it's free. So that's
free new content. It's always
that's a good game as well. Cult of the Lamb.
Cult of the Lamb is I've watched a lot of people really.
I love playing.
It is a very good.
To be honest with you, I need to get back on Moonlighter because I like Cult of the Lamb, but I love Moonlighter. I might be like the odd one out in that conversation. I can imagine a lot of people saying
they are both extremely good games, but for different reasons.
Yeah. But what else did they show off? There's a lot of indie stuff that I just don't because it's not here. The DLC stuff isn't here.
That's fine. I'm sure if someone...
I just remembered to call it the Lamb because I play Call of the Lamb.
Just go watch the Nintendo Direct if you haven't seen it.
They then showed off... There was like a quickly... You know how like Xbox just shove games in your face? They did that, but not as bad.
Not as bad. Oh, thank God.
There was Paper Trail. I can't really remember what that is. Little Kitty Big City. Basically, think a more friendly version of Stray.
So without the horrible monsters that want to kill you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can like customize your cats and all this other stuff.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Chance of Sonar. I can't remember it. Brotato, sorry.
Oh, Brotato's coming to Switch.
The Escape Academy. That's coming to Switch as well. So that's that that sort of basically escape room game. Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach, which is out now.
Have they fixed all the bugs in
No
that
idea,
game?
no idea. And then Bomb Rush Cyberpunk, and I don't know what that is. So yeah, there we go. Lovely jubbly.
Yeah.
It wasn't a bad one. A lot of good stuff. A lot of good stuff.
Cool. So, anyone watched? Yeah, if you haven't seen it, recommend you go watch the Nintendo Direct. Some interesting stuff coming.
Yeah.
If not already released.
Right.
And yeah, it's good to be a Switch owner,
especially if you like indie games. Like,
granted, it's currently it's not good to be a Nintendo Switch Let's Player. Because Nintendo are coming around with the blooming copyright bat.
Like, are they only doing it on YouTube, or are they doing it for streamers as well? This is the thing.
I haven't heard anything about streamers, but YouTube has been. There have been quite a few YouTubers that are being hit really hard with content ID and copyrights.
I guarantee this is because Zelda's coming out.
Yeah, probably. Because I think the most common denominator is a lot of it's Zelda content related. Right. So they've probably gone right. We need to nip everything to do with Zelda. What about the Blast game? We need to do everything about Zelda. Okay, nuclear option it is. It's like, for the love of God, you're damaging your own. Like, the best thing. Like, this is the thing with Let's Players is like, if they love your game, they will just not non-stop telling people how good your game is, and they will
especially Nintendo fans.
Yeah. It's like
my God,
like I love Valkyria Chronicles. I will not stop telling people Valkyria Chronicles is an amazing strategy game. If you like anime. And turn-based strategy, Valkyria Chronicles, it literally is your thing.
Oh, so basically with me with Persona.
Yeah.
I will sing the praises of Persona to the very day I die.
Yeah.
It is
to anyone willing to listen.
Yeah, anybody who wants to listen, play Persona. just play Persona. All right. Do you like RPGs?
Do you like for me, it's like, do you like old school XCOM?
Yeah.
Do you have at any point like an anime? Do you like a World War II setting? Well, Valkyria Chronicles is for you.
Do you like steampunk?
Yeah. Do you like steampunk? There you go. So yeah, I know it's a very grey area gaming wise with Let's Play and copyright and all that sort of stuff, but it's like I just wish, especially Nintendo, would stop like going around with a sledgehammer to solve something that could be easily solved with a blooming tiny hammer.
Yeah.
It's like, stop damaging everyone over trying to solve one tiny little thing.
Anyway, moving on. There was something that happened 2 weeks ago, which was very cool.
Yes.
And I really liked it.
I forgot to talk about it.
And we didn't talk about it. But Final Fantasy 16, there was a state of play that showed off a load of new stuff that we saw, and it looks fucking amazing.
It does look amazing. It also, like, I look at the magic system that looks like how they're doing it, and I'm like, yeah, this is what they should have put in Forsaken.
It looks like they've took the Final Fantasy 14 wheel thing. Yeah. So you know where you hold R2 and L2 to bring up different parts, and then you press square.
Yeah, but it's a more action oriented. So it's like it's not like bring up and then press and then wait for the thing. It's like instant throw out, like, you know, say hold R2, throw out a fireball.
Yeah. Unless it's going to be like, I don't know, maybe like what they did with Forsaken, where it's like you hold the buttons and you
can make them
maybe it's something like that. But yeah, everything about that fucking state of play, I loved every second of it.
Yeah,
like the summon fights look fucking amazing.
I never knew I wanted kaiju fights in Final Fantasy VII until I saw this.
To be honest with you, I've always wanted to be able to do something like that since 9. Since Arc and Alexander.
Since we saw Alexander just take Bahamut and just I'm just gonna bitch slap you out of
ever since the invasion of Alexander scene in Final Fantasy 9, I've been like, I really, really want
Summons versus
summons fights, and we almost got that in 10 because you could fight the dark summons, and you could summon your summon and do that sort of stuff. But like, this is actually what I want.
Yeah,
this is like straight up full on.
From the looks of it, we're going to be 2 characters potentially.
No, I think we're only going to be 1. What it said. What it said is you're going to be Clyde.
Clyde is the main protagonist. He's going to be who we're going to be the most of the time. But I think there's that little lad who is the
Phoenix.
What they class as Dominant's person who can summon the Phoenix. I think we can be him as well, or unless something in the storyline. Because there's scenes where it's clearly you are controlling him, and he's doing magic.
Yeah, that's true.
So
maybe.
I'm not saying he's going to be a big, massive, integral part of like who you control and all that.
Yeah,
he is going to be an important part of the story.
Yes,
clearly. But I'm just looking for I'm wondering what is going to be the secret bosses that they're going to have, because clearly there's going to be a secret summon fight.
I would like, you know what I would do if this is me, and this is just fanboy wishing.
Yeah,
right? This is just fanboy wishing. But I would try and maybe get all the other secret bosses from the other games.
So that is that's from 7. That's the weapons.
Yeah. So maybe just have ultimate weapon from that one.
Ultimate weapon, or maybe emerald weapon.
Or maybe emerald. Yeah.
There's omega weapon.
Omega weapon from 8. Osmosis from 9. The ball thing. Penance from 10.
From 10. Yeah.
I don't know anything about 11, so 11 was online, so it could be anything. I'm sure there was a secret boss in 12.
Yeah, there was a secret boss in 12. I can't remember. I know one of the hunts was, which actually hunts are coming back into.
Yes, which I'm massively looking forward to. That was my favourite thing to do in 12.
Hunt for Zangetsu. No, Gilgamesh.
Maybe Gilgamesh.
Also, they showed off Odin. Odin looks amazing. I'm not looking forward to fighting Odin. I'll be honest. I'm like, oh, he's gonna kill me.
Oh, I'm gonna die.
I'm gonna die.
I'm gonna die. Titan looks fucking amazing.
Titan looks fantastic.
Like at first, when you see him, I'm like, I can take Titan, and then they showed you like the huge version of him, and I was like, no.
This went differently in my head.
No, you're Titan. You're not supposed to be like this. You're terrible. You're like not even like Final Fantasy 14's version of Titan is like the best.
They showed Phoenix versus Bahamut.
Yes. I do want to know how the whole, because he said basically you can equip summons.
Yeah. Because here's the thing. I'm pretty sure I saw a mini Mega Flare used in combat.
Yeah. So which means you get Bahamut.
Yeah, which means you get to use Bahamut abilities, and I'm like, okay, so how the hell does that work?
Yeah.
Is Clyde just a special person that can have multiple summons?
Well, I mean, it is an anime.
Yeah, true. He's gonna have.
He has the protagonist protection.
Yeah, he has the protagonist protection, which means he can do multiple stuff. Which I'm like, okay, fine, but the thing is like all the fights we've seen, it's either Phoenix or Ifrit. That you are.
Well, no, we've seen. That you are. Yeah.
So,
but we do know that you can use Titan because he in one of the scenes he had the armor thing.
You can use Titan abilities that are like associated to Titan.
There was the Mega Flare thing, because that was definitely a Mega Flare. He had like a wing and
it was a beam.
It was a big beam. It was a Mega Flare. Like I refuse to believe that it wasn't. The Chocobo riding looked fun. Yeah, it looked like you could like drift on a Chocobo.
On a Chocobo, but also gliding. On the Chocobo.
Yeah, gliding.
Also, the Chocobos look amazing, which they always do.
I like the ship design that we saw.
Yes! And the ship was on the water and not in the air. Now, that doesn't mean, because Final Fantasy is
a lot of airships. They like their airships.
Yeah, they like their airships in Final Fantasy, so I'm not saying that there won't be airships. In fact, this ship could could be upgraded into
I mean, it clearly
airship.
was using something to propel itself that wasn't the wind.
Sail. Yeah, it wasn't sail, and it wasn't rowboat.
Yeah.
So the fact that that could be end up as an airship is perfectly fine to me as well.
That's right.
The world is...
It's right up my alley.
The world is very much like Final Fantasy 14, 12, where there's like a bunch of like areas that you go in between.
Yeah.
Which is fine. I don't mind that with being open and very free flowing and going into different areas. I don't mind.
Which I think is cool.
If they went the Final Fantasy 13 way of like, this is a very long corridor just with different corners, then I'd be very upset.
No.
Now don't get me wrong, Final Fantasy 7, for example, is very linear up until a certain point, but it gives you the
at least
freedom,
it gives
an
you,
illusion of doing whatever you want.
I like the fact that I'm only really going to be controlling my guy.
Yes.
Which is nice, because as much as like I love the Dragon Age, that I can control everybody, at least I can put commands in for them to do at certain points.
Yeah.
With an action RPG,
it's very.
It's going to be very difficult to do that.
Yeah,
because
you're
concentrate.
You're focusing mostly on what you're doing, not what anyone else is doing.
So I'm glad that and we get a dog. Or wolf in this case.
There was a companion of the canine species
of wolf, which means that is it. There is not going to be another companion unless the game forces me to have them. It's just going to be me and the dog.
Unless the dog can be with us and the companion.
No, it's just going to be me and the dog. No, I don't need another companion.
Well, no, it's just like, you're there to eat more attacks. It's perfectly fine.
You're there to heal.
You're there to heal me and be another target.
Yeah, that's it.
That's pretty much it. I do, like I say, I do like the way the magic seems to be implemented, because that was the one thing I was did not like 15 for. The magic in 15 is not great. It's terrible, because it was basically you make bombs.
Yeah, pretty much.
You make bombs and throw them, and I'm like, no, that's not really. But no, just no.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I liked. Oh, what was I going to say?
It has a parry system.
It does have a parry system.
It pretty much has a parry system.
Has a parry and a dodge system.
And
which
as
is
a dodge,
cool. I like the fact that they've made it they've basically added in those items for people that like aren't that good.
So they can play, and also they've got a story mode, which means the combat is not as difficult, which means they can just play the game.
The way they want
it, which is great. I love that sort of thing. Personally, I'm going into the. I'm not picking that.
I'm going into the standard mode. I am going to equip if I get them. I am going to equip the items that like help me with the parry and that, just till I get used to it.
Yeah.
Because you need to get used to every parry. You have to get used to it.
But I think the system, you need those items on you to be able to do it.
Oh, well, I'm just equipping them for the entire game then, because I am parrying.
You are either dodge countering or parrying.
Yes. I was playing Resident Evil 4, and I parried the chainsaw dude. I parried him. I was like, yes, fucking get in! It's the one thing in that game. I parried everything else. with the chainsaw person. I just couldn't parry him, and then I finally did it. I was like, get in! I love Resident Evil 4. How do you make Resident Evil 4? You add a parry system. That's
how do you make Resident Evil 4 better? Add a parry system.
I mean, I wasn't happy that
shut up and take my money.
They made the knives so basically the knives could break.
Yeah.
So you could run out of knives if you weren't careful. But yeah.
You could upgrade it so it could last longer.
No, that's once you beat Krauser, you get that knife. So until you actually defeat Krauser, you just have kitchen knives.
Am I correct in thinking the Krauser fight is you've learnt the parry, haven't you?
The first one, yeah. The first one's that. The second one, not so much. The second one is... Well, the second one's much like the second one in the...
where he's actually
way. You just have to you actually keep shooting him.
Yeah. But like the first fight...
The first one is parry.
Yeah. You've learned this parry mechanic, haven't you? Well, if you haven't, time to learn.
Yeah. What was it? Oh, Final Fantasy.
Final Fantasy 16 comes out in June. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, June 22nd. June 22nd.
It does like. I mean, I've been a fan of Final Fantasy since I played 7, and even 15 I enjoyed. 13 is the only one I didn't, and that's because it was literally just I'm not doing anything. I'm just going down a corridor and then watching the complete fight.
9, I think 9 was like 9 for me. 9 was the first one that really like I massively enjoyed. I liked 7, but I wasn't massively into it.
Yeah, you weren't invested.
8 I just couldn't get. I did not get
your head
8.
around the junction system.
No, I was just like, you know what, this is just weird, confusing. I'm just going to skip this. 9 was perfect for me. To me, 9 is the best Final Fantasy game that's ever come out. 11 obviously was only on the Xbox, and it's on online.
It was on the PlayStation 2, but only in
Japan.
Only in Japan, and it was online only anyway.
12 wasn't my cup of tea.
Yeah.
It just wasn't my cup of tea. 13 is just terrible. 10 was alright. I didn't mind 10.
10 had Blitzball.
10 had Blitzball, and 10 had the big grid thing of where you
the leveling up
which
system.
To me was too big. It was just too big. Too many characters and too big of a thing. I was just like, there's just too much here. I'm not gonna. So although I did like 10,
10 because 10 was turn based, actual proper turn based.
Yeah.
It actually gave you a little bit more strategy.
Oh, I know.
At times.
Yeah.
Because you could this guy's gonna go next, but I have Lulu right now, and she has slow. So guess what?
14 is absolutely amazing. I cannot sing the praises of 14 enough, as I've done many times in these videos. 15 was okay, but considering the development hell that game went through, the fact that we got it to the standard that it is generally a miracle in itself. Yeah. So I don't really mind that. I like 15.
I enjoy 15. I really do. I do enjoy 15. I understand why some people don't like it. I understand why that it is not perfect. It has its faults. I understand why. Like, I'm probably one of the few that actually bought into the whole. Like, I didn't mind Noxus being as whiny as he was. Because it was like, he clearly doesn't want to be this, despite the fact that he has to be this. And the only thing that was going for him was the fact that he liked Lunafreya. He wanted to live. He loved her and wanted, like, okay, I'll do this because it means I get to be with her. Yeah. And then she dies. Yeah. And I'm like, I'd be the same. Except I'd be like, no, do you know what? I'm just going to kill everyone. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, just let the world burn. It's perfect.
I'm just gonna, take the people responsible and burn them to a crisp.
But this one, for me personally, I generally think this is the first Final Fantasy that I've seen just the trailers of, and I've seen like actual thing that I'm actually hyped for. That I've ever been. I'm just gonna keep my expectations to a certain level. Oh, I know,
because I was really looking forward to 15 with what they'd shown us, and then it wasn't to the level that
you were
expecting. That we were hoping.
Oh, I know. But for me,
for example, the magic system. The magic system was terrible.
The way the combat looks for me, it's just like this is just Devil May Cry in a Final Fantasy engine, and that's Yoshi P literally could have just stood on a stage and said, "Yes, this is Final Fantasy 16. It's Devil May Cry in a Final Fantasy engine."
It's Final Fantasy,
and I would have just been like, "You've got me."
It's Devil May Fantasy.
Yeah, Devil May Fantasy. Like that. Literally, all they have to do. It generally looks like this is because it's got combo lists. Yeah, you can do combo lists in this. I'm just like, yes.
Give me more.
This is my stuff. This is my jam.
It has a dodge counter system. It looks like it has a parry system, although it may be combined with the dodge counter system. Anyway,
this is my jam because when it comes to RPGs, as much as I like turn-based, because as I said, I'll sing the praises of Persona to the day I die. Persona is pretty much the only turn-based RPG that I will stand for. Yeah. But action RPGs, I am a genuine sucker for. I am a genuine sucker for.
Then there are bona fide action games like Devil May Cry 5.
Yeah. So, like, the fact that they've generally looked at, like... It does look like they've looked at Devil May Cry and went, well, could we get something like that? That style of combat?
I think it's Final Fantasy has been... every iteration has been going further.
They've been going more and more action.
Into the action thing. Which is... It's not disappointing, but, like, I do regret their move away from the old school...
Well, that's the thing.
But
that's what
we've discussed that before. The reason,
Yeah.
probably the reason why, is because of all the negativity.
All the JRPG stuff. The thing is, as much as like I can understand people being upset that Final Fantasy isn't really going to be turn-based, there is always a chance that they will go back to turn-based.
Yeah.
So you never know. But at the moment, they're still making good turn-based games.
But also, I'm not going to just not like 16 because it's not got that. It looks really good, and I think I'm generally going to be streaming Final Fantasy quite often. Yeah, it does look like they've got the magic system.
Yeah.
That I want. If you're going to give me an action Final Fantasy with magic, it looks like this is what, like, I just want the ability to, like, uppercut someone into the air and then throw a fireball in their face, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And then, like, bash away something and chain lightning them and all that sort of stuff. I want that sort of thing, and it looks like this is potentially going to give me it. And I'm like, yes, please. If you're going to move away from the more tactical and timed turn-based game, then give me the ability to just go absolutely nuts with your magic system.
I'm generally looking forward to the weapon design. Because his sword looked really cool, his sword like changed during the thing, and I didn't get to see them. You did, but like
I think it's going to be the same as all other Final Fantasies, where you'll get new weapons, and those new weapons will have their own individual models.
Yeah. That's what I mean, but that's what I'm looking forward to.
I would not be surprised if they have like callbacks to older games. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if there's, like, you know, the ultimate a Buster Sword, or maybe even an Ultimate Weapon one. Yeah, because that in Final Fantasy VII, Ultimate Weapon was like pinnacle goodness. It's like, oh, that looked good.
Yeah.
So it's like, if this is the closest thing you'll ever get to a broadsword looking like a lightsaber.
Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, that was Final Fantasy. It looks good. It looks very, very good.
A couple of months away now.
Yeah. End of June.
Yeah. 2 pays. 2 pays for me.
2 pays.
You have multiple pays.
I have multiple pays. I've got a good pay now since I've my bloody promotion.
I know.
But anyway, I do hope you've enjoyed this chat, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye now.
Toodles.